Can y'all see us good?
Yeah, I can see us.
Okay, cool. Like,
Here we
no
are.
one's
Inception.
perfecto. Look at us. We're such producers.
Right. We figured it out. Hey, y'all.
Hey
There's a few
guys.
people in here. How y'all
Um,
doing? We took us a minute of technical difficulty because nobody decided to check and see if
yeah.
this was working correctly. Or how to even do this.
We kind of just assumed it was a button.
Right.
And yeah, that
And
was
low key,
that.
it was a button. It just,
Mm-hmm. not what we expected.
not what we expected at all. But we are here, and this will get saved. We'll save it to the Instagram, but it'll go up on Tuesday on the YouTube page, and it will be on all podcasting wherever you listen to podcasts at Spotify, Apple, what else? I don't know.
YouTube, the actual like
Right,
visuals.
right.
Yes.
It'll be everywhere. So for those that don't know who we are, I am Shelby.
And I am Jess.
And welcome to the League of Extraordinary Readers. This is a podcast where we just be yapping for real about all things books. You may have seen us interviewing a couple of authors. Our last episode was with Irving Weathersby Jr., which was really, really awesome. We talked about art and racism, all of that. In Open Contempt is a very, very good book. But we interview authors, we talk about books. And this episode is to discuss. Do you have your copy of There is Confusion next to you? Because I put mine away. Okay, well, we doing a bang up job, guys. This
Yeah,
is just
for a live, we really just said we're gonna roll up and it's
we're
gonna
just
be
gonna,
fine.
turn the camera on, figure out what it does. But for the month of February, Jess and I, before we had the podcast, our book clubs always collaborated together to do a Black History Month book. In this month, we did There is Confusion by Jessie Redmon Fauset. As one, to introduce a classic, right? I think both of us, we have kind of similar goals with our book clubs to introduce as many Black and Brown authors to people as we can, but also to across genres as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a classic, but it's also literary fiction, and it's a callback to last year. Both of our book clubs read Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Murray.
Christopher Murphy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork makes the dream work. So, if you have not read Harlem Rhapsody, it is a very interesting book about the affair that Jessie Redmon Fauset had with W.E.B. Du Bois. And every chance that I get, I call that man a naked mole rat because how dare he? Which made me, while we're here yapping, I can show y'all that I got a copy of With Love from Harlem.
Yes, you did send that to me. I really want to read it.
I have both the audiobook and that, and the physical. But apparently we're gonna hate Adam.
I heard that too, yeah. Adam Clayton Powell?
Yeah,
Is
Junior.
that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adam Clayton Powell. I want to say Adam Powell Clayton. That's why I had to look at the book. But apparently we're gonna hate him just as much as we hate W.E.B. Du Bois. And I've heard very great things about the book. Dang, I didn't realize Rashonda Tate had so many. She's written so many things.
Yeah.
She got 2 full.
Yeah.
This is what I mean by we just be yapping, because that tangent that we just
It's just a whole, but it's the enjoyment. This is what we're doing. We're talking about books, and you guys are just going to be here for the ride. This is actually how the
Right.
podcast goes majority of the time.
Exactly. We just be yapping. You want to talk about our weeks real quick before we get into our experience reading?
Yeah, we
How was your week?
can. The week has been all right. What did I do? Well, we actually haven't been talking about our weeks lately because we've been interviewing a lot. So,
Yes.
so it's a lot of like, did a lot of reading. Well, not a lot of reading, but did reading for the book club. Um, Worked out, still working out to go to war. Um, I did a nice hike on Sunday. What else? I mean, honestly, what have I been reading? I have in rotation like 5 books. I started The Secret Daughters of Dupree. Secret Daughters. The Seven Daughters of
I told Disha and Nikisha
Dupree.
that if they heard me outside talking about the seven confessions of First Lady Dupree,
Yeah,
y'all know what I'm talking about.
really. Anyways, I started that book. Excellent. I think it's nice that I'm reading it off the heels of Trinity and
Yes.
as well as The Wedding, as well. There's some connection there when it comes to multi-gen um, type of feel, but I think specifically with Trinity is there's like the connection between father, son, uncle, and then you also have mother, daughter
Hmm.
type of relationships, whereas this is all mother, daughter, or just like generationally all the way down, but by the women's side of things. So I think it's very interesting. I pull in The Wedding just because of the multi-generational aspect.
Okay.
But and some of the themes that are being talked about so far, but I really do enjoy it. I'm listening to August Lane by
How are you
Regina
liking that?
Black. I actually kind of like it. I wasn't a fan of her first book, The Artist Scandal. It was good. It was just so much going on. And I just started reading romance good and heavy then.
True.
So it was kind of like, this is
Because
so
I was gonna
dramatic. But
say, the Artist Scandal I really enjoyed.
yeah, I think if I read it again now, I would have a different thought process
Someone
about
in the
it.
comments said that Seven Daughters of Dupree is their baseline for best of 2026, and I agree. It's definitely going on my list.
Mm,
So
yeah,
far,
I could
I
feel it.
have the Seven Daughters of Dupree on that list,
Hmm.
and Burn Down Master's House. They're definitely going on the list. And Disha Filios, The True
Yeah,
Confessions of First Lady Freeman. Those three are definitely going on my list.
I definitely have The Wedding, Trinity, I would say. The Seven Daughters, and Disha's book so far.
Okay.
Who else did I read? I feel like I read
I know
somebody
I was
else that
thinking
was
that too.
real
That
good.
was Sharice
Well,
just started the Seven Daughters of Dupree.
yes, text me Charisse because it's so good. It's
Same.
really good. It's
I was
it's
gonna say
it's a
just put
time.
your thoughts in the group chat.
Yeah, just do that. Um, but yeah, I like August Lane. It's actually quite good. It's very enjoyable, especially like I like the audiobook. I'm still making my way through Art on My Mind.
Okay.
Uh that's definitely a slow read. And then what's next would be probably Model Home by Rivers Solomon.
That's gonna take you for a loop. I think if
Yeah.
I could suggest, I would say if you're gonna do model home, I would like to see what your experience is like reading on Sundays. She picked flowers because if I had the capacity, I would have used this as an opportunity to reread model home because they are very
Mm-hmm.
similar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the author Yaya Schofield, posted a bunch of books that were like the cousin of On Sundays, which
Mm-hmm.
I think is a phenomenal concept. Like I was like, I really like her saying like,
Yeah.
okay, these are, you know, um, Beloved was on there. Um, there were a couple other ones. I'll send you the post so that you can see because I was like, okay, you've given me homework.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I have other things to read
Yeah.
because there are bits that I still don't necessarily understand. Someone said
Okay.
that they love Model Home. Model Home is a phenomenal book.
Yeah.
Um, River
I'm supposed to
Solomon
buddy
is
read that.
River Solomon should be talked about more than they are. Um, all of their books are very intentional and deep and well written.
Mm.
Um, like there's just a care and a I see them being in the future a great. Like I could see their work
Yeah.
being studied. Like once we have kids and they're teenagers and we're like, what are you reading for school? They're gonna be like, some author named River Solomon, you know? Like I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I can see that. Um
Yeah.
because I read that not long after Sarah did, and I was texting her like, I know what it is. I've solved it. I had I no.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a good one, and a good one because I've been in a historical mood, but now I'm like shifting out of a historical mood. Like now I want something like that, or
Mhm.
like even the last
Model Home.
hospital, the last
Oh, if you're
hospital
gonna
on
read
Earth.
that,
I'm gonna read
wait
that
for me.
soon.
Wait for
Okay,
me.
I'll wait.
Let's read that together.
Okay.
Um, Model Home feels like an A24 movie to me.
Mm.
To kind of put you in a
Mm-hmm.
like
In
that
perspective.
weird, but it's still gonna be good
Mm-hmm. I
sort
need
of thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I need that right now because I love historical fiction. Well, me at least, I've been historical fiction out from the top of the year.
Look, now I got to.
Um, but I know that mood will come back around. So I'm trying to hop on this like spec horror fantasy type of feel to like feed it and then pop back over. And then as far as ebooks, I read Ishmael. It's Ishmael and what is the girl's name? The Casey Mills novella that came out on Valentine's Day with other authors.
Oh, Zamel and
Yeah,
Sayuri.
I thought it was Ishmael, but like a play on words or
No, she
something
does.
like that.
She did a pronunciation in the beginning of the ebook.
Gotcha. Yeah. You stop recording. Hold on, guys. Yes, you should pick Model Home back up, Charisse. Um, let me know when you do. I'm supposed to be buddy reading this, but let me know.
Am I back? Can you see
You
me?
are back. Yes, I can see you.
Okay, and you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I don't know what happened. Um, but what was I saying? Yeah, she put the pronunciation in the beginning of the book. But I saw something the other day where someone was saying that they weren't seeing like trigger warnings and things in a book. And someone said it
Mm.
depends on what your settings are. If your settings for your Kindle are set up to open on the first page, it'll start at
Oh
chapter
yeah.
one, or like it'll start at the
Yeah.
prologue and not the like cover or whatever, whatever. So
I think that's what happened because I'm gonna check mine because it usually just starts on chapter one.
yeah, so then that's why
And
you
I
didn't
just
see it.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Because think
I read
X
that. Yeah.
X like
Oh, go ahead.
xylophone. So Zamel.
Oh, gotcha. I'm over here making up his own pronunciation and everything. You know me, I love to mix up people's names. So,
Same also as well.
but yeah, that's TV wise, I'm watching weird shit all the time. Love is Blind, terrible and bad. Terrible
Expecting
and
you to say
bad.
terrible and bad, friend.
It is so bad. Like, I don't know why I torture myself. And I text me and Sharice talk about it because it's just like, what is happening? I need to watch the new episodes if I want to, but it's just blatant racism at this point. Like blatant, like it was already, I don't think I watched last season because I was like, nah. But this season, like this one guy was just like, he was going back and forth with his wife's dad. They're like sparring. So the dad is like, what do you do for work? Da da da. Like dad is grilling him bad. And then eventually he asks him like, did you vote? And he was like, no, I was out of the country. But if I was, I would have voted for Trump. And I'm glad he won. Yes, when I tell you blatant.
Okay. Okay. Mom and I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I came in the house and I'm doing a grocery haul for my vlog, right? So got the camera set up, whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
bought a Goya product. Goya has like a vegetable seasoning that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to the camera, I'm like, I know we're not supposed to be supporting Goya for real. I don't know anybody else that does like a vegetable seasoning. And I was like, because I know they was all singing that song, "We will vote for Donald Trump."
Oh yeah.
Mommy was like, stop singing it in my house.
You're gonna get canceled. She's gonna kick you out. She's putting you outside with the snow.
Oh, the babies
She's
from
gonna.
upstairs, they built a snowman.
Oh, that's
I gotta send
cute.
you a picture of it. It's a little
Oh my
tiny snowman.
god, just so cute. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Sharice. I forgot we even watched last season. That was also a fever dream
I
too.
was gonna say,
All
you
the
definitely watched last season.
all the seasons are terrible. Why do we do this to ourselves?
Somebody said your Goya is a pack of Trumpitos. I love the people that follow us because, yes.
Trumpitos is hilarious.
My mother was sick of me because I surely was singing that. Then it got stuck in my head. So
Now you singing it. You gonna sing it again? Yeah, you gonna torture your mom. She's gonna kick you out. Trust me.
she's sick of me.
Uh, what else did I watch? I watched whatchamacallit, the addiction show. My Secret Addiction. I forgot the name right
My
now. It's on
strange
TLC.
addictions. Mm-hmm.
My Strange Addictions. What was this week's? This girl eats cat food. Mm-hmm. She eats cat food.
You just pulled a memory out of my head, out of the back of the recesses of my brain. You just pulled a memory.
Wait, I need to know.
So, um, may she rest in peace. She's been on my mind a lot. My work mom, when I still was working at the bank, her name was Maria, and Maria has two daughters that
Mm-hmm.
are I like one is a year older than me, one is like 2 years older than me, and she would get her daughter those like packs of tuna that come in the
Mm-hmm.
little thing or whatever. And for whatever reason, I thought that the tuna inside was dried. I don't know
Oh.
why I thought that. Maybe because how the pack looks like, it looks like a taco seasoning pack. So in my
Mm-hmm.
head, it was dry. And I somehow mentioned this to Maria. Like, I'm like, why is you feeding your baby? Why does she like dry tuna fish? And Maria was like, what? And she was like, you think I'm feeding my baby cat food? I said, well, yes, I did. Because I've only known tuna to be in a can. Okay. And she said, Shelby, you smart where it matters.
Not.
And I was like,
Oh.
yeah, I thought she was feeding her baby cat food. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
why do the tuna come in a pack
Well,
like that? But
yeah, this lady willingly eats cat food. She also says she tried dog food, but it made her stomach hurt. Yeah, to the
anyway,
doctor. Yeah. But yeah,
anyway,
that's yeah, that's about it. What about you? What have you been reading?
I had to pull open my handy dandy reading journal because you asked, and I was like, I don't know. Um, I read therapy
Oh yeah, you told me that.
session two. That was a good time. I read this one um short story by Charity Shanae where it's called Seven, and they would meet up for 7 days every year and like
Hmm.
bump uglies, have a good time together. But the female main character, Breeze, she just was like, I'm focused on my career. Like, I don't have time for a relationship or whatever, whatever. So this particular trip is when they both were trying to like
Mm-hmm.
tell each other how they actually feel. So that was really cute. I reread Yellow Wife by Sadiqa Johnson. That was a
Yeah.
good time. Mom and I read this horror called Dead First. That was good. I really see what y'all be saying when y'all say that my handwriting is pretty.
Hmm.
Because this just looks very aesthetic. Um, I feel like I had a good mix of genres this month.
It's good.
Yeah. And I read a total of 14 books. That's not bad.
That's a good
TV.
way to end.
Mom and I watch The Pit every Thursday. Um, I really think you would enjoy that show, Jess. You should watch it. Um,
I know you've
what
told
else?
me, and I need to watch it. I just be looking at it when I watch HBO, open HBO to click on My Strange Addictions.
We watch A Night of Seven Kingdoms. The last episode was this past Sunday. And I've told you, Jess, most of what the show is about, so you understand the reference. But
Mm-hmm.
spoiler alert for anybody that has not watched the season finale yet. But the show kind of ends the way that it started, with Egg kind of telling a lie. And there's a scene at the very end where Egg's father, Prince Makar, is like, where's my son? Where is my baby? And I'm like, now you know that little troll of a baby you call Aegon is gone on about his business. He don't even like y'all for real. And that tickled me. Um, I started watching Shrinking on Apple TV,
I
so
heard that's
that
good.
has been a good time. Um, it's funny. I love Harrison Ford. I've always loved Harrison Ford, so that's been a very good time. And I think that's it. I can't really think of anything else. I did start Casualties of Truth. I started reading that tonight. I got the Johnson 4, and I need you to go read the synopsis and let me know if you want me to wait for you to read that.
Okay, let me do that when we get
Yeah,
off.
because I think you're gonna be like, ooh, let me grab a copy. Because there's a like ghost aspect to it that I'm very interested in.
Oh,
Right.
1960s black
Just
teen
mom,
group.
just walk in front of the.
Wait, I think yeah, you might have to wait for me on this one for real.
Do you want to say hi? You don't want to? She gonna come back.
Tonight's episode is gonna be a lady and her AI boyfriend.
On My Strange Addiction. Y'all not gonna have me watching that mess.
Oh,
I'm not
I'm gonna
messing
have
with y'all.
to. I can't wait.
I am
Now
not
that's
messing
gonna
with
be a
y'all
good
at
one.
all. I'm not doing that with y'all. Because what
Mm-hmm.
do you
I'm
mean?
gonna be watching that tomorrow because I
So then
I don't
maybe
have it
I'll.
live. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, maybe I'll read. I'll just do the Casualties of Truth because tomorrow we go to the
Mm-hmm.
city to see Tiare Jones, and I'll get my copy of Kin.
Oh,
I'm
she
so
comes here so
excited.
late, so I'm probably gonna be late on the bus because I was gonna get a signed copy. Or actually, I
Okay.
might buy. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna get one copy. Let me not. So I was gonna get a signed copy, but she comes like end of March, like March 26th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and Attica Locke is moderating that
She
discussion.
writes. Attica Locke writes mysteries. Tar.
I think it's mysteries because I looked it up to get one of her books because I Guide Me is one.
Uh huh.
Let's see. Bluebird is the one that I was looking at reading.
Okay.
Um, Let me see what type of book is. Hold on. Yeah, it's like a crime mystery type of
You want to know
situation.
what? Okay. You want to know what game I randomly would like to play? Mavis
What game?
Beacon. Remember the typing game?
That is so random.
Yeah, I had it in me because I caught myself like typing and looking down, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, Mavis Beacon trained me better than that.
You know the rules. Yeah, no, that's such a throwback. Wow.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Okay. Was there anything else?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What are we reading for the month of March so that we can let everybody know before we get into
You are
various
not
confusion?
lying. Let's see. Oh, The Salt Eaters.
Yes, we are reading The
By
Salt Eater.
I do have that on my bookshelf. I have another one of her books on my bookshelf too.
I have
So,
that on my bookshelf as well. I just want to make sure I have the audiobook as well because
mm-hmm.
I try to, for my book club and for the podcast, I try to immersive read it,
Yeah.
whatever it is, um, so that I'm getting all the information that I can for the
For
people.
me,
But
is it a
there is
whole?
confusion by Jessie Redmon Fauset. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna hold you. The first 6 chapters, boring.
Mm-hmm.
Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. I mean,
Yeah,
it was like
it was a
pulling
struggle.
teeth them
Yeah.
first couple of chapters. But I had to remember it is a classic. It is written in a particular way because you have to think like Jessie Redmon Fauset would be reading authors like Jane Eyre. Not that's not the name of
Mm-hmm.
the author, but like she would be reading like Jane Eyre
Yeah.
or Wuthering Heights and Shakespeare and like those kind of things that rely on a lot of detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like Jesse was probably reading Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
He might no, that might be anyway.
No,
Y'all get what I'm
I
saying?
think yeah, I get what you, but I think he was around then. Yeah, she would be reading him, or like it's just like her source text would just be very drawn out,
Yeah,
and yeah. Those first 6 chapters was like pulling teeth.
it was.
Even I'm not gonna lie, even towards the end was
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Uh
I
huh.
was like,
Absolutely. You're not
okay,
wrong
yeah.
because we got to the end and I was just like, why is all of this happening? Like once characters started going to war, I was like, how we get here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did we
It
get
just
here?
it took a left. And
Is
I
that an
guess
ice cream
like
truck in your background?
it sure is.
There is a foot of snow outside. I should not hear an ice cream truck.
Yeah, they come down every around this time at 4 o'clock. I forget
My
you can
body
hear
is
this.
like, my body was like, we want a swirl ice cream cone.
Yeah, no,
What's happening right now?
and he stopped right there, right in front of the apartment complex.
Like I could taste the SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm. I might go outside and get one at this point. Might as I can share
But
it with
yeah,
but yeah.
I appreciate you, Ray.
Um
I feel like once we got to the end, it was very drawn out. Like it could have ended a few chapters sooner. And
yeah.
even once it did end, I felt like the ending was abrupt.
Yes. But I guess that's the play on the title for the
Yes.
chaos within the book. So I get the purpose, but like I don't know if
So
yeah. I get
there's
the purpose.
confusion.
Yeah.
Right. There's confusion tells a story of these. We start off with Joanna. Joanna's last name was Marshall, Joanna Marshall.
Yeah.
And she comes from a well-off black family. And she has high aspirations for her life. Her parents have the same aspirations for her. But there is a lot of like classism that impacts how Joanna navigates her life. She grows up with this boy, excuse me, Peter, who comes from a poor family. But the reason that the first like 6 chapters were a little boring is because we were getting a lot of background information about them. So the first chapter starts off with Joanna when she's little, and then we start talking about her father and how she's so much like her dad. And then we meet Peter. Peter's last name is Bai. We learn that the white Bais are very well off. They're rich, but that's because they owned Peter's family and like kind of talking about that. But Peter, once he comes across Joanna, she is who inspired him to want to be a doctor and want to be better. If it were up to him, he would have been a butcher or something,
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't really have aspirations. He also lost his mom really young. His aunt helped raise him, like, just to give you an idea. From there, we get into the mess of it all. So once they're older, Peter is off to medical school. Joanna is aspiring to become a dancer and a singer,
Yeah.
actress, that whole bit. Um, but she's not quick to want to marry. She does realize that one of her brothers, Philip, has a crush on this girl, Maggie, who Maggie comes from a poor family. And that trifling so and so, Joanna, wrote
Mm-hmm.
a letter to Maggie saying, my brother would never marry the likes of you.
Yep.
And that's just summing it up. And from there, we hit the ground running.
Yeah. It was a mess from there. It was crazy. I think Joanna's character, obviously, like I was saying this about the wedding, we need a. I don't think she was like a full villain as much as like in the wedding we have two characters in there that were definitely villains, but like we needed someone to push that story quickly because it was getting real drawn
Absolutely.
out. She did the work, but like she still needs to get her ass beat for real.
Absolutely. But I think the villain was supposed to be like society.
Yeah, yeah. In the end, yeah.
Like society and is the reason why they think the way that they do and
Mm-hmm.
why they are making certain decisions and so on and so forth. So because of this letter, Maggie makes certain decisions for her own life because she's hurt and she's upset when really all she should have done was go on down there to Joanna and be like, you mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
But because, she didn't really know what to do, she meant well, like she wanted to still salvage her life, she ends up marrying someone
Yeah.
that she shouldn't have. I think the whole like even with the title of the book being There Is Confusion, I think the whole point of it all is like the confusion is trying to navigate double consciousness, right? Like in order to
Yeah.
succeed you have to be a certain way as a black person, but still trying to honor your own people in your own thought processes and just like your family and so on and so forth. But in public, you have to be something else. Which kind of annoyed me because I was like, all right, girl, we know you was in love with W.E.B. Du Bois. We know.
It was like a little bit of like it's speaking back to her. And like,
Yes.
yeah, like I was thinking that too. I was like, is this like a little bit of you? Because you're, in a sense, Joanna's character is going after life and not like a career of sorts. And she didn't get those things. Similar to Jessie and her background, we know what happened with that. It's
Right.
like, is this a character that you would have liked to see to get the same praise and accolades in a sense, or the same
Right.
feeling? Like
Like
is that how?
Joanna got
Mm-hmm.
to do the things that Jessie wasn't able to do in her real life. She
Yeah.
wasn't able to just go out and live the way that she wanted to because she was hung up
Hmm.
on love.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like there is I like Joanna's like character arc, like what she was about, especially in that time period. Like that was
Yeah.
also something that we would never see in that time period.
Right.
And I think also with Jessie's background of her being basically erased from a lot of like who she made in a sense famous. I think her putting that stardom feel into Joanna was really just, I liked it, but it also was a reflection. Yeah.
Yeah. I also wish that some of the people in Joanna's life would have like humbled her.
Yes.
I wish they would have been like, you can be famous, you can be talented, you can do all those things without being nasty to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because, and it's like, I kind of wish that her brother would have cussed her out at the end.
Yeah.
When she finally told him, I wish she would have been like, my life was miserable because of you.
Yeah, you ruined my whole entire
Like,
life
she
just
needed to
because.
hear that. Right.
Yeah,
I think she needed to hear it.
she did. I think when we let people loose like that into the world without being checked, without their actions being checked, you get somebody like a Joanna in the end who is doing all these things. But she definitely, and I also think she thought she was doing the right thing, right? I think any of these type of characters that we read, they think they're doing the right thing for their family because of society. And like you said, like the premise of the book, in a sense, like the name of the book is like there is confusion because they're battling like what does society need from me as a black woman in this time period trying to do all the things they, and I'm in this affluent family, I need to uphold these societal standards, right? But you really don't need to do all that to uphold your status. You can still be a nice person and not
No,
do your loved ones the way that you do. So I definitely feel like she should have been humbled because that would have stopped her along the way from doing so much chaos.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I really felt bad for um Maggie because Maggie was
Yeah.
trying. She was just
Yeah.
trying to be, the best person
Hmm.
that she knew how to be, and it just seemed like everything was against her, because she was poor.
Yeah. And I guess that's the like what it is now. Like even now when we
True.
see things, like unfortunately it's like the good people that are trying to put out some good stuff out in the world, not all the time, but like in a really sad scenario, like they get pushed to the side and you get the ones that have all these resources and but they're just
Right.
doing bad things to other people and it's like
Right. I remember
unfortunately how the cookie crumbles, you know?
when I worked in corporate and there were like a bunch of people getting promotions that I wanted. And I'm
Mm,
like, my numbers are great. I can tell y'all policy and procedure with my eyes closed. Like I could do all these things. And one of my managers was just like, it's always the people that are the worst at their job getting promoted because they are at the forefront of everybody's mind. They
mm,
need the help. They're there. So it's
yeah.
like you doing everything right. Like, of course they're gonna overlook you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was
It's
my gateway drug to, oh, don't give these people my all. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You like start to and I think that's I think that's everybody's pipeline to understanding like you don't need to give people their all because like even when I think about it, I'm like a little old job like Publix, right? When I was working at Publix and I was doing all this work, like going far and beyond, and I got my first it was like first or second evaluation, and they just was like giving me like bare minimum evals. Like I just made
Yeah.
it. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm staying here late. I'm giving you guys my all for like
Uh-huh.
I think at the time it was like 8.50 an hour and
Yeah,
I'm
see.
hoping to give me like 50 more cents to knock me to $9. You know how it is. And it's
Right.
like I'm going through and so from then I started learning like, let me stop. And it's like sometimes we repeat the cycle in other positions because like especially when you're younger, you just like I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. And that's like Publix, I'm not it's a grocery store, but when you start to level up in different tiers in corporate life, it
You
starts
know,
to like really smack you in the face like, let me do the bare minimum. And that's when they actually give you the
right.
uh the stuff.
You
Yeah.
mentioned Publix, and I will be below the Mason Dixon line next week. So I need to see if there's a Publix near where I'm going. Cause will I be
Where are
getting
you
a pub
going?
sub? Yes, that's gonna be far.
Where are you
I'm going to
going?
Virginia.
Oh, there's maybe one or two stores in Virginia now. I think they just got to Virginia like the other day.
Yeah, there's
Cause I know
one. Um,
Tennessee for sure.
right. Yeah, no, it's not gonna be
Damn.
close. There's one near my aunt's house, like my one aunt's house, but we're not gonna
Mhm.
be over that way. So I need to get me near Publix. But it's I think overall the book was a lot better than I anticipated it to be.
I actually had higher hopes. I don't know why. Um, no, I know why I had higher hopes, but I had higher hopes because I'm like, are we gonna uncover like some great giant that we've never read before? That's what I was
Right.
thinking. Um,
Hold
so
hold, hold on a second, friend. You're not gonna put nothing on your feet. She got socks. So.
not you checking her like
What is that? Oh, she bought pillows. No, cause she be fussing at me because I be going outside barefoot. So
true, and it's snowing. It's cold. Like how they say like
well,
baby breath.
today it was 40 degrees. That's springtime weather.
That's still cold to me, but for y'all, I
Yeah,
guess it
no,
was.
out in California, 40
We were
degrees is
freezing last
freezing.
week. It was 38.
Listen, I went outside without a hat on today. It was nice outside.
Mind you, everybody was when I tell you freezing, somebody had a puffer jacket on.
It was nice. All I had on was like my fleece and my overcoat.
Oh, I wish.
But
Well,
even
right.
when I went outside to shovel, all I had on was a fleece and like I had my my smaller North Face on
Mm-hmm.
because I knew I was gonna be doing all that work. I didn't want to start sweating.
You really are a northerner. Wow, I could never. Wow. Like I could never imagine and every time I think about when I thought I was going to move to New York as a young
Hmm.
kid, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to New York cuz art. Art is up there.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I
no,
would never survive. I'll
not
leave
at
that to
all.
Chelsea and you. You guys have fun.
Yeah, no, your body acclimates.
I
And it's
guess.
crazy how fast your body acclimates because literally 2 weeks ago it was like negative degrees outside, ice, whatever. And that was the day mom and I we met Will mom, my aunt and I we met Will down in that particular day.
Mhm.
Like by the time we were coming home, it was like negative 3 degrees outside, plus a wind chill. So it
Negative
was
3?
like in negative degrees, like that's the cold that make your skin hurt. Like it feel like somebody is slicing you. Yeah. Uh-uh. But to go from that to like 40 degrees, it feels warm.
Yes. I mean, when I went to Colorado, I can definitely say that cuz I saw it snowed one day and it was like it got low as like 18 degrees, maybe almost 14 degrees. And then it warmed up to like 20, 30 degrees. And I was like, oh, it's kind of warm, but it's still very cold.
I
Like,
will say I'm not glad that my baby has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, but not having to go outside and walk him in the snow,
oh,
when I tell
yeah,
you that's a blessing, because that boy did not like going out, so he didn't like to put his coat on. He didn't like to God
do
forbid
none of that.
salt
Yeah.
got in his paws. He would stand there like this with his paw up, like do something
Mm-mm.
about it, girl. I'm
Did he like the shoes or no?
Nah, if he could have called me a bitch the time that we did try to put boots on him, he would have.
Got
If
boots
he
on the
could have said,
ground.
be fucking serious, girl. Yeah, no, he did not like that. And then it made him walk like he was drunk, like he didn't have control of his
Yeah.
limbs. He didn't like that at all. He was looking at me like, I am a big dog. Okay.
I see the little dogs around here because people will put the little booties on them and they
Mm-hmm.
be like this. Like
Uh-huh.
that.
Trying to
All
figure out
walking
how to walk.
around. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yeah,
really
no, Gunner
do
was like,
struggle.
he sat in my face and uh chewed until he got the Velcro and them things off so that he could take them off. He was like, I'm not doing this with you. I am not. So he didn't like that. But yeah, not having to walk him in the snow.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. There's a lot of cons, but that is a pro. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have to get up. He was on to something. But you know, There's Confusion was a lot better. I would say if anybody is watching this afterwards and you were consider reading this particular classic, I think that you should read it. Just give it a chance. Like, kind of go into it anticipating that it's gonna be a slower build up,
Yeah.
um, and then you're in for the mess. I was trying to think of like what other books this made me kind of feel like. Um, and Petrie came to mind. This felt a lot the style of it and the tone felt similar to when I read Country Place a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to think who else. Kinda James
I
Baldwin a
I
little
was about
bit.
to say Giovanni's Room has a slower pace. Like that same like cadence of like very slow in the beginning and then picks up like midway.
Yeah, I was
Um
thinking
Go
what's
Tell It
his
on the
other book?
Mountain
Was it
too.
not Go Tell It on the Mountain, but the other one
Um
is it
if Beale
another
if Beale Street Could
uh
Talk. Did you read that one?
no, it's a book. It's a big one. Hold on a second. Baldwin, another country.
Another country. Another
Yeah.
country. Okay. I would. The wedding, kind of, but the wedding, I feel has just a different kind of style. Well, a similar formula, like that same, like we talk about those writers that come from a class of people that describe a lot. Like you can tell the generations of writers. Like we know,
Yes.
like James McBride, Walter Mosley, the Tonys, and all of them are grouped in one generation, and then you have
Uh-huh.
our Harlem Renaissance and beyond type of writers that are in another
Hmm.
generation. So I would say in that type of vein of like same generation, similar formula, but very different writing styles.
Yeah,
I would still, still put it on there if you want to like a zhush it up type of situation.
I agree.
Who
But
else?
yeah, Anne Petrie came to mind
They were saying
immediately.
some people were saying Zora when I was looking at like other reviews about the book to see like who else is like out there has read the book.
I don't mean to
I
ball
was
my
like,
face up like that, but
I was
no.
like Zora? I don't see it.
Yeah, my response to that is Zora who?
Because like I know like in passing we know she kind of edited her stuff but not crazy, like they were like in passing, like
I
she
think the
kind of
only
just
thing
discovered her, or not
that
discovered her, came
would
across.
nod to Zora is the sections where she is using the phonetic spelling of words and kind of like
Mm-hmm.
playing around with accents
Yeah,
and and that sort of thing that may make people think of
Zora
Zora
from
Neale Hurston, but that's it. A friend of mine is reading Their Eyes Are Watching God for the very first time, and I am so jealous. I'm like,
yeah,
I wish I could read that for the first time.
I might
To be
reread
able
it
to
again.
read Their Eyes Are Watching God for the first time as an adult is an experience that should
I
not
love
be
it.
taken lightly.
Mm-hmm. My mom just finished it actually.
Really.
It was her first time too. Yeah, she enjoyed
And
it. She was like, this is good.
she probably feel like a new woman.
She was like, "This is good. Look,
Right.
this is really great." And she listened to it. I think she's gonna. What did she say she's gonna read next? I don't know if it would. I think she said Sula or another one. I'm gonna ask her because she'll start and stop books. She used to
Uh-huh.
be a huge reader, but like, you know, when you become a
Life.
mom, life, all the things.
And that's why I don't really want no children or a husband. Because what do you mean I'm gonna have to not read the way that I want to? Because you niggas is home.
Yeah, you gotta adjust things. Now you gotta. All you're gonna be reading is audiobooks at that point.
Yeah,
If
hell
you
no.
wanted to, it's a lot. I'm trying to think who else. I think we have a pretty solid foundation of folks. I am curious to see because we read my book club reads Passing by Nella Larson next month.
Huh.
So I'm curious to see like what, because so far the wedding has some similarities to this a little bit when it comes to society, affluent families, and that type of thinking.
Hmm.
So I'm really curious to see where the connection with passing, the wedding, and this will be in conversation with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll report
Maybe
back.
I'll read Passing with y'all because I got another book. I don't know where I put it at, but it's somewhere around here. I got this book that's about a passing soldier during World War II.
Oh,
He gets drafted as a white man.
ooh.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that sounds good. Hmm.
but now that I think about it, I don't know if that they should have sold that book to me. I mean, it probably didn't have a strict on sale date, but when I
When did
tried
it
to
come
look for
out?
the hold on a second,
Okay.
if I'm not getting up to go get that book, friend, but I feel like I looked it up and it at least the audio book on Liberal said April. Yeah,
Why booksellers do this?
because it doesn't have
A hard launch date?
no, it doesn't have a strict on sale date. So some books you can only sell on the pub day. Other books they'll get and if it doesn't have a strict on sale date, they can put it out.
Who was that had controversy last year with their on sale date? Was it real? Was it real last year? No, the year before, whatever year it was that real came out, the repub of that,
That comes out this year. It was
the repub of
the
real.
third Yeah. No, the second book comes out, but that wasn't what she was upset about. It was the other one, the third book in the whatchamacallit series.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. Follow. Interesting.
I'm trying to find the name of this author. A More Perfect
A More Perfect Party?
No, A More Perfect Union is the name of the other book that this author wrote
Okay.
because I'm trying to find the name of this new book to see when it's going to be released. And my brain,
Uh,
no, okay, so maybe it's just not going to be on Liberal FM until
mm,
April. So it's called Inharmonious. It's by
okay.
Tammy Huff. I did not like her book A More Perfect Union. I did not like that at all. But then
What
she
book
has
was that?
another book coming out in July also.
Who? I'm sorry.
Tammy Huff, TammyHuff. Yeah, A More Perfect Union. Maybe I need to reread that. I'm a different person
Oh,
now.
this book. Yes,
But
yes,
there's
yes.
something about when authors try to compare like the indentured servitude that Irish people had to go through to slavery that makes me very uncomfortable.
I'm reading the premise now. Um,
It makes me really uncomfortable. Um, but Inharmonious seems like it's gonna be very good.
yeah, I saw that floating around the Instagrams. I would be inclined to trying this one. And then working my way back. Oh, you did say she has another one coming out, The Color of Home.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Is
That
it?
comes
Oh,
out
it's
in July.
okay. Oh, no, I think it's the same book, isn't it? I think it's the
Okay,
same book.
maybe this
It's
isn't. Yeah, maybe this is not
renamed.
correct.
Yeah,
Maybe they're putting that synopsis for Inharmonious
maybe.
accidentally.
Yeah, because it says this one is being pubbed in The Color of Home is being pubbed in the UK and going on
Okay.
the Penguin Random House website. 1941 in a segregated Florida small town, three young black friends enlisted to fight black home Black home Cora, oh, black home, back home, I can't even talk. Back home, Cora struggles to keep her family afloat whilst consumed with worry about her brother Benny, best
But
friend
yeah, that's
Roscoe, and childhood. So it's the same thing.
Inharmonious. Yeah. So
Yes, so they just changed it. I don't know which, I think it was Kira I was talking to, and we already know like there's different covers
uh
for different books, but like it's always interesting seeing different names, like
yeah.
completely different names for different
hmm
regions. So I wonder why that was. Like, was it more palatable to sell to the UK market? I don't
Who
know.
knows, right?
Yeah.
But whatchamacallit answered that question for you when we had him on. He was saying they have their own
That's who it was. Yeah. Yeah. We did.
everyone he was saying they have their own marketing. So it's probably not as I don't want to
No,
say
it's
not
not.
as deep like
Yeah.
to negate your question, but like it's probably not as, you know,
Yeah,
well
no,
thought
no, no.
out as we may be thinking it is. It might just boil down to marketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because whereas
Oh,
here they well, I don't know, like World War II happened over there too, so maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
Marketing. But yeah. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I think this book wasn't bad. I would revisit again just because, or I would not more so I would revisit more of, or visit some of her other works, like read some of
Yeah.
her work, because it wasn't bad. It was just, it was very much a drag in that beginning and towards the end.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then it like just all of a sudden got good. Like it all of a sudden was like,
Yeah, it's like boom.
we're here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I like the conversation. I think it's good. Um, yeah, good
Well,
time.
thank you for hanging out with us. We'll probably try to go live more often because this was fun.
Yeah.
And if not, we will see you next week.
Bye,
Bye, friends.
guys.